Hello, and welcome to Spirit Island Sundays, where we play Spirit Island on Sunday for the first time in 3 weeks. Handelabra believes in civil rights for everyone and in being as inclusive as possible, so any comments or activity actively working against those goals are not welcome and will not be tolerated. Handelabra products include Sentinels of the Multiverse, Sentinels of Earth Prime, Bottom of the Ninth, One Deck Dungeon, One Deck Galaxy, Aeon's End, Spirit Island, and Horizons of Spirit Island, all available on Steam, iOS, and Android devices. You can find more information on those games at handelabra.com. Yeah, it's been 3 weeks. I took 2 weeks ago off because I had to house it my parents, I think. I kind of lost track of the timelines. Last week I had to take off suddenly and unexpectedly. Yeah, it's been a while. Also, Seamus has been ill. Eel? He's been an eel? No, he's been ill. And yeah, so there hasn't really been very due diligence on the Spirit Island front. But I am here. And everyone's waiting for Spirit Island, so I'm just gonna hit quick play. 3 spirits, 8 to 10, let's go. Just no holds barred, let's do it. Oh dear Lord, we're screwed. We're screwed. We're so screwed. France 4, Gardale's Heart, thematic map. We're so screwed. Okay. Well, let's finish this quickly then. I mean, we could try to win quickly, but most likely we're gonna lose quickly. Or not. We can select the Innerlands. Okay. Because we're playing with 3 players. Normally we would choose the Innerland there. With 1 to 2 players, it's land number 7. And on West board, land number 7 is the only wetland. And so if we get the escalation on wetlands, you insta-lose. But we can actually choose the Innerlands here, and that is a saving grace. Whew, okay. There's life for this after all. What if I just do these lands? Those are Innerlands. They're close to each other. I mean, no, we'll also be putting presents in them. We can choose the coast as the Innerland. Yeah, that sounds like a... This isn't Baldur's Gate 3. I have never played Baldur's Gate, and I probably never will. I mean, like, the classic would be to just do these lands, and this is not the only mountain, this is not the only mountain, this is not the only wetland. So it shouldn't be terrible. If I can block these builds, then they don't have access to those Innerlands, at least immediately. The sands here are very pervasive. This is the only land that's not neighboring a sands, and I'm not clicking that because that's the only wetland. But I could, like, hit Northwest 7, and that would be far away from things. So it has a chance of not being used. Although this jungle is the only jungle on the board, so if they do an escalation in jungle, there will be a town there. But I kind of like just keeping things classic. Let's do that then. I haven't read any of the cards yet, so if you're wondering what's going on. After all other setup, remove all towns, and in each Innerland, add an explorer and a presence from the player starting on that board. If this is illegal, as for Ocean's Hungry Grasp, add the presence in the nearest legal land on that board. So we don't have Ocean, so it doesn't matter. And this isn't Jagged Earth yet, so we don't have the other spirits that have limited presences. And we also start with 2 additional power cards by drawing a single card from each of the 2 power decks, which we'll see after we do this stuff. But the other part of Gardale's Heart is that we have an additional loss condition. Anytime after turn 1, there is a building in an Innerland. So while we do have a much more accelerated start, with no towns and extra presence. We do have this lost condition if they do build in the inner land, and we do have a little bit of delay in case they were to build in the inner land on turn 1, and we can only deal with it slow. The jagged, not jagged earth yet makes you happy now that we've upgraded from if to yet. I think it's been upgraded for a while, and I'm pretty sure the intention was always to do jagged earth, but Handelabra did state in an update earlier this year that Horizons of Spirit Island was due for release in 2023, and that jagged earth would be worked on starting in 2023. And I think the Horizons release announcement also said that jagged earth is actually in development. Although it is in internal testing, I believe, so I have not seen any of that. All right, so yeah, so that's Gardiel's Heart. We also have France here. So France, additional lost condition, sprawling plantations. I should probably read these titles out because, like, this is how you refer to the rules, right? By sprawling plantations, we are limited to 7 towns per player. The invaders win if we cannot place a town. The escalation is the demand for new cash crops, where after they explore, we pick a land of the shown terrain on each board. If it has a building, add a blight, otherwise add a town. And that's why this only wetlands on West 7 would have been a loss if they did a stage 2 wetlands explore. Frontier explorers, after exploring into a land which had no buildings, add an additional explorer. Slave labor adds slave rebellion, and after invaders build on a land with 2 explorers or more, replace all but 1 explorer there with an equal number of towns. Early plantations adds towns, but those towns actually went away from Gardiel's Heart. And triangle trade, whenever invaders build a coastal city, add a town to the adjacent land with the fewest towns. Cool. And the spirits that we have: Eyes watch from the trees, Serpent slumbering beneath the island, Heart of the wildfire. Woo -woo. Woo -woo. Hello, Film Dracula! You're finally actually here. Well, I'm finally actually streaming on a Sunday, because like for the past 3 weeks we've had issues. So the extra presents, probably just gonna do 2 card plays, get to 2 card plays, go up the card plays track. When in doubt, do card plays. Also, Eyes Watch is a new spirit, and the special rule: Dahan trusts the Watchers. After one of your powers adds defend to a single land, gather up to 1 Dahan into that land. And the innate power is Mischief and Sabotage, which provides fear and defend, range 1 sacred site, fast into a land with invaders. These presence panels are not corresponding to where these spirits are. It's weird. Alright, Indomitable Climb and Razor Sharp Undergrowth. These are nice powers for Eyes because that will gather Dahan. Tsunami and Absorb Corruption. Those do not have fire on them. And Mists of Oblivion and Animated Rack Root for Serpent. This one's actually not bad for the elements. With Serpent, I always think of Sun, Air, Animal, SAA, as the 3 elements that you don't care about too much, because there's a lot of like random elements on these tracks. This one's primarily Fire, Earth, Moon. This one's primarily Fire, Water, Plant, Earth. But you mainly need plants for Serpent Wakes. You need Earths for Serpent Rouses. Okay. So Eyes Watch wants sacred sites. If we want to like do innate stuff, we don't need the defend this turn, but could be nice. Preventing this build could be nice. This has blight already because of wildfires. Start. Yeah, so I unlock this if I play a lot of fire cards. Oh, sorry, it's this one. I need a plant to unlock the damage one. This is the one that removes blight. Just looking at the wrong one. So I need some plant. These cards have plant on them at least. Let me get the 2 card plays. I don't want to gain a power. I'm afraid, like, if I don't get a power that does, like, if I can't get a free power that gives fire or something like that, then I'm forced to play Threatening Flames and Flames Fury. But I don't know that those are necessarily good cards, because I want to kill this Explorer Northwest 6. I don't want to push it. Well, let's do it. I'd like to go into the land with the city, but I'm not placing Blight down, so I don't know if I can actually deal with the city. And this is the only free card, and it doesn't have fire or plant on it. But it does put a Strife, which is good for France. Strifing the city. They still build the town, though. Let's disable that for a sec. Eyes, woohoo! Kinda wanted to do double presence and get to 2 energy, just for some sustain. If I have 2 energy, I could play this and a free card, or I could play any numbers of things. Mysterious Abductions doesn't do enough to kill everything in West 6 unless I get plus damage from Wildfire. I can do multiple damages in a turn, that would be nice. Since it's plus damage on each. But I don't seem to have any other damages. I mean, I do want to clear out the explorers in the inner lands, even if they're not building immediately, just so that, like, I don't know, just so I don't have to worry about them. I mean, the West 4 build is a little bigger priority, as that does see 2 inner lands. East 5 is building, probably can be pushed away with various things, so I don't care about that too much. And West 9 is just out of nowhere. Also, Northwest 2 is not really doing anything, but but and then Serpent, yeah, Serpent's gaining power card. Serpent can give Gift of Power. Has Serpent on it, I guess. Is that actually Serpent? It looks like a lure Serpent. I don't actually know what Serpent is supposed to look like. How about the backside? Does the backside actually show more Serpent art? Ah, it's like the full... Okay, I see. I don't know the lore of this game. I just play it. I'm renowned for strategy, not for lore. There's not really many Serpent arts on those cards anyway. I'm gonna click that one. The lore is mainly on the spirit cards. Well, you know, there's lore to Sentinels that exists outside of the cards. The lore is intentionally vague. Fair enough. But, like, there's a whole, like, history of Sentinels. Even before there was, that there was a podcast for that. Even before that, there's like a whole bunch of like history and story and information that the only way you could have known it was to be on the forums and listen to Christopher and Adam on the forums, or if they made a YouTube video in the random world. And there were people that were just like experts of all the Sentinels lore, and they would pop up in the streams and be like, yeah, well, Christopher on April 16th, 2014 said that Fnatic was blah, blah, blah. I'd be like, how am I supposed to know that? Or when I once made a claim that Sentinels base, why do we call the base Sentinels as Southwest Sentinels when it's not, like, the base card does not say Southwest Sentinels, it says Sentinels. To which someone said, well, it's because Christopher said that they're Southwest Sentinels. I feel like I'm being a bit spiteful. Hey, Seamus. But yeah, like, there's, like, lore to the game, or at least the Sentinels, that I was not aware of. And it made me feel disincluded when I wasn't aware of these things, because I wasn't paying attention to every single small feature. Now there's a letters page, and that gives all the Sentinels information, and listen to it. But but there isn't really as much for Spirit Island as what Femme Dracula is saying, so fair enough. You wanted to do the podcast, but you had a hard time processing audio alone? Same, actually. I used to listen to the podcast when I was commuting to work. Back when I taught downtown. But I often found that I couldn't focus on it. Like, I had the podcast on and it just turned into background noise. And I would frequently, like, listen for 10 minutes and realize that I didn't really pay attention at all to what they said. Like, I was hearing the words, and, you know, as individually, like, each sentence, I was like, yeah, makes sense. Yeah, makes sense. Wait, what were we talking about? So, yeah. That's on me, though. I think I'm more of, like, a reader than a listener. This is Wildfire again, so I'm gonna click the one that gives Strife, even if it's not necessarily good elements. There's no fire on any of these. These two give plant. I don't really want to remove blight that much. And then presence. Do you need sacred sites, Serpent? Going to be range 0 for Serpent Rouses. Although, are you going to actually be able to do Serpent Rouses? It would be nice to push the town out of East 5. I guess actually no, I'm going to be playing Absorb Essence, right? Absorb Essence and then a free power. So it doesn't really matter what I'm doing this turn then. What range is this? Range 3? I try to like set up for a good defend. And range 3 is really far because like East 10 sees Northwest 9, so I could like even grow into... Oh, I can't hit that actually. Not as far as I thought. I could go here and defend these 3 lands, but... Yeah, I mean, this has really good visibility on Northwest, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it. And this is Wildfire, doing a damage, pushing beasts and any number of Dahan. So I could just stop this build. And then stop that build. Okay. Works fine for me. Beasties, go in there. Save the inner land. And... give the extra damage. Actually, I was gonna kill those guys, wasn't I? I guess I don't have to if I'm... It'd be nice to give the plus damage thing in conjunction with something that could kill a city. It feels like it's a waste using it to just kill an explorer. So I want to not do that done. So I guess I'm going to play this for elements and then that one. That gives me enough fires to kill the guy in Northwest 6. I'm using this for elements, I suppose. Could I have hit this? What was my range? Range 3? No, I don't know. I've ranged these 3. That's just when I'm playing. Okay. Serpent is playing these things. Oh, I do get this. Oh, because I was thinking I was playing something else, but I didn't. Okay. So I can push the town out of East 5. That's good. And then you can make a sacred site somewhere. Sands. We can defend next turn. That would also gather a Dahan. Well, the ones I would like to defend would be Northwest 1, Northwest 2. Maybe not Northwest 2 so much. Can't hit that. Go here. Okay. Yeah, I can get more Dahan in there. Range 1 jungle though, so I can't actually. Never mind. This is my jungle. Don't need to give defend this turn. Don't need to give defend this turn. I guess I'm playing these. Seems silly. I can guess I'm defending West 9. It's what I'm doing now. Okay. This is my emotional support jungle. Alright, who am I absorbing? We're not doing any of this turn. Anyone need an any? I can get extra defend. And that's it. I guess I just take from Wildfire because there's a super stack. And you can take a fire. Be pretty close to having that innate. And then, since I'm not quite gonna... I guess I want to grow into either West 9 or Northwest 1 next turn with Boon of Watchful Guarding. We'll figure that out. I'm gonna do that because I can gather the last Dahan with the next defend. And because there's coastal builds, they're asking for the order, but there's no coastal city, so... I mean, there is a coastal city, but they're not building a coastal city. And for some reason, when I clicked that, that was enough, so... Okay. They are exploring the mountains. I do need to worry about the mountains now. Alright. That was not the right land. Can use this to push these two guys and they don't have to worry about doing extra damage there. Don't have range to that city. Get rid of that crap. Someone's getting a power card. I think it's going to be wildfire for this, so I can gain energy next turn. Defend. It says fire. It says plant. This is free. I feel like giving wildfire a dark and tangled woods is very unthematic. Pretty sure fire does not make the woods dark. I could make it smoky, which makes it hard to see, but I don't think hard to see is synonymous with dark. In any case, there wouldn't be woods after wildfire is done. Hey-o! This could protect an inner-land. I guess I clicked that one. Is there a building there? Get rid of that. Add a strife, push Dahan, remaining Dahan take damage. I think I just put it here and stop the flight. Forgot to buy One Deck Galaxy while it was discounted. That sounds like a you problem, not a me problem. Oh, that's me. Huh? This gives Fire Moon for Serpent Rouses. I will always have the threshold. This is the only one that has fire on it. What am I talking about? This is not wildfire. This is serpents. This is serpent. I mean, I guess I'm getting the fire this turn, so I will always have this threshold still. But I mean, what am I talking about? This is serpent. Why am I looking for fire and plant? I guess I do care about plant for this threshold. I just kind of forgot who I clicked on. Okay. Visions of Fiery Doom. That gets rid of the Explorer in East 10. Or Northwest 9 if I grow there. Someone does need to grow into either Northwest 1 or into West 9 so that we can use the boon of Watchful Guarding to defend it. You were intending to use Elemental Aegis in Northwest 5, but I don't know if that's really necessary because like it's not enough defend for Northwest 2 anyway. So if I do Watchful Guarding in Northwest 1 and I pay extra, I can defend it that way. Aegis is what? Defend 2 plus 1? I guess that would be enough defend without having to pay extra energy for Watchful Guarding. So that's a thought. We could do Drift Down to throw a defend in there instead. Gives an earth and a plant, which I guess matters. We do have to absolutely stop this build because that's an innerland. It's not bladed, so Wildfire can't just damage it. Does Wildfire want to gain another power card, gain energy? We could make it blighted by taking the fire, but by doing that I also kill the Explorer if I put the presence there, so I don't need the blight there after all. I could make it a sacred site and kill the Explorer that way. feel like I need energy for these cards. So I'm gonna click this one. I feel like I probably want to get up to some energy because I have expensive cards here. Also Tsunami. So let's blight that land. Let's throw you there. Being the energy. We do have the sacred site. We can destroy the town that builds in Northwest 8. I play this. This is fast. Does that do anything? Stops a build here. Which stops interland visibility, so it's okay. Then I don't need asphyxiating smoke. I guess I also get this fast when I play Flesh Rot Fever, which is okay. I get to split this power's damage, but I have no damage to split. Oh, that's an awkward threshold to hit. Okay, so Serpent, where are we at? We could use Guardian Serpents and have put a Sacred Site in Northwest 1. And we can defend it with Boon without spending extra energy. I mean, Drift Down also would work for that, but this adds Beasts, which is stonks. And it gives a Moon and an Earth, so it helps with Serpent Rouses. So that means that you're doing this. Let's not get to 3 card plays this turn because then I sort of have to reclaim immediately. So let's do it this way. Play 2 cards. I do have to throw in some defend into West 9, so I need to play a Moon card. Both of these are Moons. I mean, that kills Explore in Northwest 1. It's not bad. And then Serpents. We don't need Aegis for this after all. So I could set up Aegis next turn somewhere. Like hereabouts. Do I need Sacred Site? I don't know. But what I do need is Guardian Serpents. And an Earth unlocks this. A Fire Water Plant unlocks this. I do not have that. So I just want an Earth then. So Gift Primordial Deeps. Okay. You've given Handelabra a lot of money at this point. Shut up and take my money! Alright, we can gain a minor power and choose to play it immediately. It's probably most beneficial to maybe get a plant / fire. Maybe not fire so much, but yeah, doing it on wildfire maybe? Although the plant doesn't really do anything. I guess let's see, remove a blight. You're not in a land with blight that has stuff. The Moon gives extra defend, which makes this a little safer, but we don't care about it blighting. If it does, it's still, if they do extra damage in there, we lose a Dahan, but the invaders still die. We did not get a plant. A lot of these are free, which is cool. We could choose to not play it. I guess I could have just given you a free Moon. But we can hold on to this if we don't want to use it. We can do Gift of Constancy to give energy and reclaim a card. We don't need to defend for this turn. Unless we do want to defend Northwest 2. I don't care about it. These are all pretty bad elements, actually. Sun, air, animal, sun. Those are the ones we don't want. Yeah, none of these have fire plants either. Oh, man. Awkward. 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 Forget fodder. Yay, we found the card that we can forget to gain a major power. Is defend 5 useful next turn? Maybe. Gift a constancy energy. Plus range? Serpent rouses with plus range. One damage at plus range. I guess that's okay. Or I could split this power's damage however desired between target land and any number of your lands with blight with plus range. That's a tactic. Now this is super defended. I didn't need to gather that guy, but I did it anyway. I can use this to stop a town build. Like, this is gonna build 2 towns. Do I have range there? Well, I will with Reaching Grasp. I can also just block the build in East 2, but like, or not East 2, East 8. Or take out one of the towns in East 6. I think that's okay. Makes that easier to manage. You can already do like Serpent Rouses and Anger into East 8. We only have 1 fire, so it's only 1 damage. We can still push the town. Okay. What's left? Firestorm. Cool. On each board, add a town to a land with Explorer Town. On each board, add disease to the sands or mountains with the most buildings. Each spirit with at least 2 Dahan among all its lands gains +1 energy. Yikes. Well, that was blighting anyway. I'd like to not put it there. I'd kind of like to not put it there. They will blight, but I mean, and it will kill a Dahan, but everything still dies, so I guess it's okay. It's better than making a city here, making this blight, or putting a town adjacent to an inner land. Although they're not exploring mountains next turn, so it's not as big a deal. Over here, could just do this. Shoop, shoop. Also, disease the sands or mountains with the most buildings. So I could put the town there, it gets diseased, and then they don't build. Which is actually better than them building, because they're gonna add 2 towns. But if I put a town in there and that gets diseased, then it's just a town and 2 explorers. It saves the towns. Doesn't save the disease, however. I've done the same trick over here. Hold on. I think I could have. Yeah, I could have put the town there, and there was no sands or mountains with enough things, so let's do that then. Because otherwise we're wasting the ability to place disease. So let's take advantage of that. We could also do the same thing here. They're building there anyway. Just like, yeah. Oh, but that has more. Okay, so then I do that then. Oops. Beer card. Wetlands. I hate when I get delivery drivers who get confused by the giant number on the side of my apartment building. Would that giant number perchance be your address? I'm guessing not, because why would they be confused by your address? But I assume it's a giant number that doesn't stand for your address, or otherwise... Oh, it is your address. Wow, I hate when I get delivery drivers who get confused by my frickin' address. Dear Lord. All right, I can't disease this. I have to clear that land out. That has to happen. Jungle Sands, Jungle Sands. This is a pretty good target because that would, if they explore jungles later, that would be 4 towns added to that land. That's fine. Serpent rouses. Wish I could hit this land. I can, but it won't do anything, so let's do this. It is a bit of a risk putting it in there. I guess you can go in there. The risk just because they're trying to build a city. All right, so how do we deal with East 10? Flames Fury. No. Well, I guess it would. I would have to lose a Serpent presence, but Serpent loves losing presence because it means that Serpent can grow more. We have Indomitable Claim. If I click this and gain a free power, then I can play 3 cards. It's the way apartment buildings are laid out, not a deficiency in the drivers. Fair enough. I just like the idea that they get confused by your address. Alright, Age is here. I don't suppose there's a way of resolving East 10 other than Wildfire Presence. Throw out power card? Sure. Not that button. No plants. Strife, though. Strife is pretty good. Because next turn is Slave Rebellion. To that end, I will click Fire in the Sky. Fire in the sky with diamonds. I presume this will be defended. Just going to make that assumption. I mean, I guess... Oh, I don't have range. I was gonna say I could strafe this, but it's not a sacred site there. My sacred sites are here. I would like to strafe something that's not ravaging this turn, but it doesn't seem like that's happening. If I do this one, I can remove a blade. So you have plus damage happening somewhere. Okay. I'm gonna have you gain a power as well. I want free power. And then I can play all my cards. It's one of these two. Both of them give moon plant. This one gives air. It's gonna be this one. It's a really good power anyway, so it's fine. Don't know where I was claiming here. Was that my claim? I guess I could let that ravage and lose another serpent presence. Aegis there. Thing there. Could be claim. Cesspiel land without blight. I was thinking, hey, I can kill this explorer with Raise the Sharp Undergrowth, but the land is blighted! I could just like grow here and then claim, and then that's a sacred site, so I could use this. I don't need that there. But I mean, I'm probably using it there anyway. And if I claim for plants, then I get defense 6. Not bad. Okay. Aegis and something else. I like pull. Doesn't give plants. Plants aren't really doing anything other than gaining an energy if I get one now. I'm just gonna click it. I like the elements. I don't want to think too much. Thinking is hard. Do I need a sacred site? It's like the first thing I check is, do I need a sacred site? Almost always when I do something. I don't even know offhand what percent of event cards have beasts doing something. 69.420. Sorry, that's the Jorb's answer. It's approximately a 69.420% chance. Is there a Mountains Ravage that isn't defended? No, because we're like defending them all accidentally. I can go here and push the towns away, I guess. Aegis, and what does that do for me? I get to kill a thing. I have an innie now also, which is cool. I get a plant. I can get a plant. Don't have to do it right away though. But I do 2 damage to a building and also push a town. That's nice. I also have this. It also kills a town. Nice. Okay. It'd have to be 42.069 because for 69.420 you drop the final 0. Well, there is a thing called sig fakes, and if you have 5 significant figures and the last digit is a 0, even if it's after the decimal, you would leave the 0 in. I'm not saying it's exactly 69.42%. I'm saying that it rounds to 69.420% with 5 significant figures. Even with 5 sig figs, you drop the 0. I was taught that you have to write it down explicitly to state that it has 5 sig figs. But this is my 10th grade chemistry knowledge, which means that it's probably wrong because my 10th grade chemistry teacher also taught me that... I also have an extra card play. Also taught me that... that kelvins are degree kelvins. The gas constant is 0.082 liter atmospheres per degree K mole. That's what he said. Degree K mole. Range. Can we push anything so I can strike for 10? I guess that. Has to be a land without invaders. Range 2. I could put the town in here. That'll show them. Definitely don't need the extra damage for that, and I don't have any other damage. So Flame Sphere is going for Serpent, because you don't have damage either. All right. Could be for energy, but it's fine. Yep. I want to leave those there, I think. No, I don't need to leave them there. Then I can defend that. Oh. Oh, but this kills a Dahan. But if I do this, then I can... Oh, and it also defends. I kind of want to leave the Dahan there, but if I do this, and then I lure town there, and then I strife it, that's at least something. First Slave Rebellion. I don't know if that's, like, the best. Slave Rebellion also strifes any town. I feel like I don't even have to do that, but... But what else can I do? Can't really get... I can get a town in there, but I can get a town there and strife it, but there's no Dahan in there. There's a mountain where when they measured it, it came out to a weirdly round number, so the guys who measured it added 2 feet that they knew weren't part of it so that the number would have precision in it rather than seeming to be to the nearest thousand, and just included as a footnote, we are wrong by 2 on purpose. That's exactly why you need to, like, why the zeros and sig figs are, like, important. I was also taught that, like, if it is 500,000 exactly, put a decimal at the end of it, and that will designate that the zeros are all sig figs. But it does raise the question of what happens if, like, 2 of the zeros are sig figs and the last 3 are not. But again, this is my 10th grade chemistry knowledge, which is from 2005 to 2006, and therefore dated and incorrect, and also I could be misremembering. I don't really want to kill a Dahan. Can I not? No! That's not what I wanted to do. I was just seeing what I could click this on. I can do it here. Okay. I don't need all the Dahan in West 9 now. Like, it's a waste, I guess, but if those put a wild somewhere. This is so wasted. Could have probably saved it for next turn, actually. If I can't use it this turn. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing in this game. I really don't. Let's... stop one of those towns. Invaders explore at +1 distance. Invaders do +3 damage per land in lands with 3 or more invaders on each board. Or sorry, we're at fear level 1, so it's not that one. It's this one. On each board, choose a land with disease. In that land, do 2 damage to invaders and 2 damage to Dahan. 1 fear per land with invaders where Dahan outnumber buildings. Preserves the disease in Northwest 3 if I do it that way. Preserves the disease here. Somebody do anything in East 3 anyway. Here. Add strife in a land with or adjacent to beasts. Alright, if I can get Dahan in Northwest 2 next turn, I would be so happy. There's not that many Dahan, though. Oh, there's 3. If I can get 3 Dahan in there, that would be great. I'm gonna strife that one. I don't want to strife everything in there. I'll strife one more, and the other one could be Slave Rebellion did. No Blight this Ravage. We don't have many good targets. I'll hit this one. Maybe I can get another Dahan in there. In each land with town, destroy 1 explorer per town. Coastal. That was a really far-reaching explorer. Actually, this is the one turn where plus range on explorers doesn't actually do anything. Good job, game. Good job. All right, I don't think any of these elements matter other than the plant, because the extra fire doesn't do anything. Extra moon, yeah, so it's plant. Which means energy, yay! And then serpent rouses. I don't have to push it, guys. I could just kill it. It is post damage, so it would be 3 damage in this land or 2 damage in East 4. Damage numbers are kind of awkward, but if I just do this, it's fine. Burned land. Okay. Late removed. And now this is a reclaim for sure. Our goal is to get Dahan in Northwest 2. So we're gonna have to like use all our defend powers to defend Northwest 2 from that terrible wetlands ravage. That makes so much sense. I think you're also wildfire is also reclaiming because I can't play those cards really. Give me more miners. Wish this were fast. This one's fine now. I could add Blight or add Dahan. So at defend in there, and then cycles. I don't have range. Now I have range. I'd be slightly more worried about the Ravage than I am. I think this one's going to be a major. Unlock the gates! I really want to click this one, but Trees and Stones for East 4 makes more sense. We do have Reclaim 1 coming out, actually. If I do trees and stones plus gift of power, and my any is sun, I can push the Dahan to provide a defend on East 3. Three damage and defend 6, although the defend moves, but 3 damage kills a town and an explorer. And then strife the town. Well, I only don't want to push 1. Because slave rebellion. Well, it's gonna be that. Sorry. Sorry. Mist of Oblivion is a terrible power. Go away. Mist of Oblivion is not a major power that you would ever want. And Aegis next turn. This is gonna be a coastal city if I don't do anything though. Coastal cities are bad, they add extra towns. I don't know if I can do anything about that though. Bum 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 bum. Da 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 dum. Bum 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 bum. Plus damage on here? 4 damage kills 2 towns. Other one is Slave Rebellion did, so I don't really need the defend, but let's see, so we're doing like something to gather Dahan in Northwest 2 with one of these defends. And then Cycles of Time and Tide to add another Dahan in there. With Reaching Grasp. I need one more Dahan for Slave Rebellion to kill the city. Which is either another defend or something else. Don't seem to have too much, though. I think I even have another defend. Or no, I do have another defend. I have this defend. Okay, I'm using all my defend hearts on Northwest 2. Seems terrible. You could be losing the game to too many towns because of this coastal build that we're not really doing much with. I want Flame's Fury. I don't want Threatening Flame. Flame's Fury it is! I can play more powers. You can play powers. What do you want to play? I guess this stops a build somewhere. Not stops a build, but lowers a town. Yeah, that's that's great defend. Let's at least stop that a little bit, at least. Can I not kill a Dahan? This does remove the town at least. Okay, let's see. Oh my god, it's the Slave Rebellion! Oh my word. Oh, I didn't do that right. This town is not Slave Rebellion-ed. Oh. Oh. It is what it is. Because I pushed too many Dahan out. I shouldn't have pushed into East 3 in the end. Actually, can I undo? Yeah. Because I knew that was Slave Rebellion, therefore we didn't reveal new information, so I can undo to the fast phase. So let's go back before Trees and Stones. I suppose I could put a town at 1 health. And if it were strifed, it would be enough. But no, it's fine. Just push that one. Leave those there. Another Dahan there. Stop the build there. Not stop the build, but stop one of the builds. One of the towns. Stop one of the towns. Kill that guy. Strife that town. Strife that town. And then I guess that one? It's probably... Is it dying? No, it's not. It's being pushed, probably. Yeah, I'll do that one. Okay. Missionaries. Aided by sun. We have 5 sun right now. Add disease to land with city, 2 fear per player. During the next normal ravage, cities do +3 damage. So basically, we're diseasing the crap out of East 3. Is that the only city on the board? I believe so. We'll get another fear card. We'll be at terror level 2. Beasts destroy explorers. So it stops the Northwest 1 build! No, sorry, it doesn't stop it. Kills one of them. We do get 2 fear cards, so it's probably worth. We can do discards, maybe? Forget absorb corruption. I think that's fine. Discard the one that puts strife, because, well... And you have way too much energy. I could have forgotten reaching grasp, I suppose. But I think it's gonna stick for the long haul, just to fight everyone. Add a beasts to this board. Skip the next normal build. Build remains in place. All right, that's very good. Choose a different land with Dahan, 1 damage per Dahan there. I would like to click that one, but it's not going to kill the city, and that city's doing 1,000,000 damage. Is there any other coastal things that we can do? No. Oh, okay, so these Dahan are dead. We can still kill the 2 explorers. We can kill this town. Kill an explorer before the Dahan dies. We can preserve the disease in Northwest 2, but the build's not happening right away. I don't have too many good choices. This explorer's dead. We don't really have many lands. So Northwest 2, Northwest 7, West 8, East 3, Dead in the Ravage, Dead in the Ravage. So that's like only 4 lands. So which of these 4 lands do we want to do? Let's minimize the things here because that is a build. Oh, I guess it's disease, so it's not really building. And then that's also disease, so it's not really building. Let's get rid of that guy before the Dahan dies. Wasn't there another land? Oh, this one. Yeah, let's do that one. Oh, that's also blading. Sweet. Everything else is a blight. And then there's a cascade southeast. Let's not do it there in case I want to do a wildfire presence there. We can do it there because that's not doing anything now. Mountains Explorer with escalation. So that is insta-loss, so I have to click there, and that's a forced blight. That's insta-loss. That's a blight. That's a town. If I do this, I blight the island. Do I want to blight the island? This is a town. Do that, so I don't accidentally put a city next to an inner-land. I guess I'll deal with this somehow. Probably gonna blight the island next turn anyway with a wildfire presence, so maybe it's useless to try to prevent the blighted island. Serpent rouses. Doesn't kill. Does stop a coastal city though. It does kill. I have plus damage. What am I talking about? And then let's gain a minor. You still have no energy, but I can give you the minor and then you can gain energy instead. Elemental Boon! Spur on! I like Boon. I'm gonna click on Boon. Island's gonna get blighted in the spirit growth phase! Mountains and coastal. There are no coastal mountains on the thematic board, so basically where do we want to make sure we don't get 1,000,000 towns accidentally added? Can kill the town there, try to prevent that build. Oh no, the island's blighted. Immediately destroy 3 presents from each spirit! Oh no, my serpent is losing presents! Oh no! Oh no. How is my serpent losing presence? No! You only have 4 on the board? Okay, let's leave that one. Let's not do anything right now. So you have the mountain. You have the mountain, I guess. Okay, and then there's no Ravage's turn. Let's assume that we are dealing with that guy, so I don't need the Dawn. Okay. I'm gonna collect Boon. And probably give it to Serpent. And then... we have 15 Blight. That's a lot of Blight. We're not getting any more Blight this turn. We don't need Defend this turn either. I lost my jungle? No, I still have this present. Okay. Let's stop one of the towns on West 1, which is range 0, so I need to grow there. Let's put a Sacred Site there. Four plays. I can't afford claim. I don't need claim. I'm probably reclaiming next turn. Power. And gain another major because the previous major was pretty cheap. Pent Up Calamity! I love that one. And it gives Strife. I haven't found a bad card on Serpent yet. These are all pretty good. Maybe this one's the weakest one. Range 3. Land without Blight. Let's stop that coastal city. Two moon, 3 fire. I accidentally hit it. I have a reclaim. If I absorb another wildfire presence and I get the elements, we can add another wildfire presence and a serpent presence. Does that work? Oh, I can only play 2 cards. My bad. Well, I'm definitely playing Pent Up Calamity every turn just to play Strife and Disease and crap. It's pretty good for that. Let's make that fast. And probably also kill a town. Let's kill a town. Still have Sacred Sites, right? Yep. Okay. Oh, but if I give you plant, Earth. You don't need any more. Got that. When in doubt, fire. Oh. Oh, I accidentally used the any. Okay, I'll give myself the earth. Because I think it used the any before the 3 elements here. Earth, fire, plant. I get this. Okay, now I... Oh. I didn't play Absorb Essence. Still works, though. Actually, it works easier. Can I hit this? No, because I need... Wait. If I give myself plant, and then I gift you water, plant, earth, I can gain a major power without forgetting! And I only played 2 cards! Oh, Elemental Boon, you're so broken. I need to leave that sacred site. I should probably kill this guy and then destroy the presence. How about that? I don't think there's really any other spot for you to use your Firestorm anyway. Also getting any. You can remove 2 blight from Northwest 6, I suppose. Flash fires, kind of not doing that much now. It's weird. I guess it stops at one of the towns there. And we can stop the other town. Cool. 15 towns on the card, building 8 towns. And things. And now it's same number of towns, but now they're not putting the city there. We don't need to defend, but it can gather Dahan, and obviously we want 5 here. We're like doing lots of things and yet not doing many things. It's weird. Get Dahan in West 1, I suppose? In each land with at least 2 towns, replace half the towns with cities. Do not ravage in lands, but there's no ravage. Push 2 Dahan from a land with city to a land without city. There's none of those. Add strife in a land with Dahan. For the rest of this turn, invaders have -1 health per strife to a minimum of 1. Sure wish there was still the Dahan there. Not really many choices. Dahan are in bad places right now. This land is only slightly scary. This corner of the board, only slightly scary. Oh boy. Oh boy. Here's where we would have lost if this was the inner land. Okay. Okay, we are placing a wildfire presence at range 1, so I can kill the things in West 3. Okay. I has an Earth. So we have this going on. If we don't have 5 moon, 6 fire, 6 earth. But you're getting another earth, which is not going to do anything. Okay, so it's 3 damage to buildings and push 1 building, 1 town. Nice to grow there. This is all striped up, so I'd rather do stuff at East 2, I suppose. Wildfire. They didn't do the damage yet. Oh, because we're still resolving the power, right? Okay. Serpent is gaining a major power without forgetting? Cool. Land thrashes? Like, absolutely land thrashes? Is there ever a world where it's not land thrashes? Destroy town. Remove millions of blight. Okay. Town destroy? Town destroy? No, don't range. Town destroy? Push things. Don't need to push that town. It's dying in the ravage anyway. Gather. Don't really need to add any more there. Don't have range anywhere else. That's the only jungle presence other than that one. Could try to defend one of these next turn. There is a claim. There is a claim. And potentially an Aegis. We don't get the fear off of this. No, sorry, we do, because it's not an outnumbering thing. It's a if things are present. Okay, so that works fine. And let's see. This is ravaging. But there's still 2 explorers. Oh well. Oh well. Also, this one's ravaging, and that's a little more scary, but one thing at a time. I'm playing 4 cards. I guess I'm reclaiming and playing claim and repower and 1 energy power and hopefully something else that's free. This one's free. Do we need rights? We're building 8 towns, currently losing, but this is defended. That's a lot of remove towns. So I'm just gonna click that one because it's free. Something else that defends if I can. Nature's resilience, cool. Sure, that's helpful somewhere. Someone else can defend by spending an energy, I suppose. And I actually have a lot of free power, so I didn't have to actually gain a free power there. Do this one again for a wetlands, maybe? That one? Stop one of the towns from building, I guess. Elements? Elements are bad right now. Like if I go for those, I get defense 6, and so I'm not using this one, but I get defense 6. I suppose that's worth. Assuming there is a place to use these things. I'm not sure if there is. Wildfire? Can you grow there? Kind of want you to do that, even if it cascades, just to stop the city build there. Also stops a bunch of towns. This is minor. Land of Haunts and Embers. Why not? Blight added due to spirit effects does not destroy your presence. So I can do Land of Haunts and Embers in my land. But that seems silly, but I can do things to push into my lands. I could also do Sky Stretches, but I'm gonna click this one. Let's work up this way. Just going to assume that Threatening Flames might do something. More fires? More fires. I can split 3 damage between lands. Whatever that means. And Serpent is playing 4 cards! One of which is Land Thrashes, the other is Pent-Up Calamity. So this has to be minor. 4, 7, 8. Yeah, so I can afford whatever I want. This would have been nice on Wildfire. We're hitting this threshold because we have innate Moon and Earth, and this is Moon Earth, and this is Moon Earth. This has plant, this has plant. This has fire, water, plant, which is like things you want, right? Let's click this one. Land without blight. There's not too many lands without blight. It's weird. Do you need Sacred Site? No. Just go in here, because that's building. I almost have this innately. And now I have it. I'm getting another major power without forgetting. I'm just that good. I also have that threshold, and I have that threshold. Alright. So now we're going to figure out what I'm actually doing this turn. What am I doing? Has anyone figured out what I'm actually doing? It's impossible to know. Claim there, can't reach. Nature's Resilience. It's up Calamity. That does something, right? Actually, each token I removed, I can remove them, place them back. So I removed the tokens. I don't put Strife down, but I destroyed the crap that's in there. Return up to 2 of them. I'm gonna just remove 2 of them. Only generates 2 fear, but it does 6 damage, and tokens are back. Preserves the disease, stops the wetlands build. I didn't end up playing Aegis there, by the way. Flame is going there. Gives me another moon, so I actually have to defend 12. Defend that one. I don't have range for this one. Guess it's okay if it ravages. And gain, I can play another power card by paying its cost. What does that do? Forgot I had that actually. Gains an energy and plays another power by paying its cost. I don't think it really does that much. This is happening here, right? Can also gain a fire and a water if we wanted. We get another fire. We do mega things, but wildfire doesn't have many things in their lands. It's weird. I can lure of the unknown into a wildfire land. Bit of a waste at this point, though. This land is still ravaging and we haven't solved that one. I guess that's... So that defend goes. So that's a ravage and a cascade. That's a blight. That's a blight. Okay, and those are the 3 lands. Okay. So that one's fine. That one's okay. We could lure into here. Stops that blight. Land of Haunts and Embers to push it away. They already did stage 2 mountains, so we don't care about that mountain visibility this turn. We could land of Haunts and Embers into there, but it won't kill it because we only have 6 damage of Dahan there, and that's enough to kill everything in there presently. We could play Boon of Watchful Guarding to defend East 2. And then that kills the explorers, preserves the disease, prevents the cascade. Okay. Yay. I could prevent this city build and lose a serpent presence, although we're not really that close to the cap anyway. And it's stage, they already did stage 2 wetlands, so this wetlands is safe. So like that city build doesn't really super matter other than it's placing a city down. Let's do it. Okay. On each board, add blight to a land adjacent to a land with blight. Land Thrashes is happy. I don't really need that presence anymore, do I? I guess I do need to use Land Thrashes somewhere. Surely like that spot is a good spot anyway. Also, the rest of this, each beast destroys explorers, add beast to a land without one. On each board, add Dahan to a coastal land with Dahan. Defend 2 in all lands. And they're exploring jungles. These are forced jungles, and that removed another serpent presence. Oh no, I'm only at 2 out of 8 now. Oh no. Okay. They are building 4 towns, 3 cities. Some of those are coastal. Iron Thrashes there could be fun, but that's kind of a waste. I can finagle it somewhere else better. However, I do kind of only have these 2 presences, and so range is actually more of a problem than it was, but... This is, what, 2 damage per blight, +1 for each blight and adjacent lands. So here, 1, 2, 3 adjacent blight, so it's 5 damage and east 7, and if I repeat it there, there's 2 blight in there, +1 adjacent would kill the city there. I'm just gonna focus on city destruction, because we're pretty close to winning the game without cities. So the other cities in Northwest 7. Can I finagle that quickly? I guess I could have placed a serpent presence very easily to achieve that goal, but... Or no, sorry, not that goal. I could have moved serpent presence like here to target a different land with Handelabra Thrashes, but I killed 2 cities. So that was already good enough, and... Yeah, I don't really... Can't kill that city. Jungle wetland, destroy all explorers. That one doesn't really matter at all. This one doesn't really matter at all. Yay, we did it! We saved the island, Patrick! Everything covered in blight, the background on fire. We did it, Patrick! We saved Bikini Bottom! I guess that would have been a better spot to have done, I think, just because. It doesn't matter at all. Doesn't matter at all. Wildfire! How many blight do we want on the island? Man, I wish I could just grow there. Sea monsters? Or should I cast down? The answer is it doesn't matter, but oh no, a cascade! Oh no, a cascade! If only there was a way for me to win the game. If only there was a way for me to win the game. Oh no, a cascade. Oh no, a cascade. That was fun. 66 points, 10 for victory, 45 for difficulty, 10 for the 5 remaining invader cards, 8 for the 26 surviving Dahan, minus 7 for the 22 blight. Wildfire is such a fun spirit. Like, Wildfire is terrifying if you're the type of player that's like, if there's any blight on the island, then I'm playing poorly. But if you recognize that blight is a resource and that you have to play around the blight, like, I think that's kind of the biggest hurdle of many beginners, is they believe that any blight is bad. So it's like, turn 1, okay, well, they're building these things, whatever. Turn 2, oh no, they're ravaging, we have to defend the ravages, and then the build happens. And then turn 3, oh no, they're ravaging, I need to defend these lands, and then the build happens. And then turn 4, oh no, they're ravaging, I need to defend these lands. But what if instead you're like, all right, turn 2, they're ravaging these lands. But what if instead I prevent this build? Oh no, I got a blight. And then turn 3, oh, there's no ravage, I can prevent the next build. Turn 4, oh no, there's no ravage, I can prevent the next build. Turn 5, there's no ravage, I can prevent the next build. You know, preventing builds is so much more powerful than preventing ravages, because preventing a build also prevents a ravage. Not that we were preventing builds so well in this game, but that's kind of because France is very persistent with the extra explorers and the escalation adding towns. But and Wildfire, of course, plays with blight vastly differently than normal, because like normally you only get blight from a ravage, but Wildfire adds blight by adding presence, which is the cost of dealing damage with your own presence. And so, but with that, you can prevent builds without, or prevent ravages without having to spend a power card or 2 or 3 doing so. So yeah, it's a way of playing around that blight resource differently than normal. And it's terrifying when you first play it, but as long as you're mindful of how much blight is still on the card and removing blight in various ways, and also maximizing the utility of your spirits along the way. Most adversaries usually do something to make OU prevented a build by killing an explorer much harder. Yep. That's kind of what the adversaries are all about, is to make that build prevention harder. England does it by making builds happen even in empty lands. France does it by adding extra explorers. Brandenburg Prussia does it by skipping stage 1 and getting you to stage 2 and 3 faster. And Sweden does it by getting rid of your Dahan friends and punishing you for not making them have friends. And then Habsburg does it some other way, and Russia does it some other way that I don't really know because I haven't really played with those adversaries that much. But yeah. And Wildfire, of course, like, you know, with the first fire presence, you do 1 damage by adding a presence. With the second fire presence, you deal 2 damage by adding a presence, which then kills the second explorer. So there you go. You can deal with France by getting Wildfire to 2 fire on turn 2. But yeah, I know what you mean. All right, well, that is it for today. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this stream. This is the first Spirit Island Sunday in a while. We will try to be better at doing this, or at least I will try. Past couple of weeks were kind of unavoidable issues, but I don't think there will be issues for the foreseeable future, but we'll see. Be sure to check out the other streams we have on this channel. Every Tuesday at 7 p.m. is Handelabra Live with John. Every Thursday at 7 p.m. is Dolphins Die with yours truly. Every Friday at 4 p.m. is Luck the Seamus with Seamus the Hug Monster once he recovers. And every Sunday at 1 p.m. is Spirit Island Sundays with myself. Handelabra products include Sentinels of the Multiverse, Sentinels of Earth Prime, Bottom of the Ninth, One Deck Dungeon, One Deck Galaxy, Aeon's End, Spirit Island, and Horizons of Spirit Island, all available on Steam, iOS, and Android devices. One Deck Dungeon is also available on Switch. But until next time, folks, have a good one. Peace.